Hey, what's up, comic fans? It's Mr. Q Comics back with some more show and tell. Today I've got a stack of books that is super old. This is a bunch of stuff I got on Whatnot many months back from a local shop, sellmycomicbooks.com. I don't believe they're currently selling on Whatnot anymore. They've closed down their retail location where I'm at. And I believe have switched over to selling all their high-end stuff on Golden Auctions, and I think they're still doing all their eBay stuff. So, very unfortunate. They've shut down their retail location, but, you know, I could still connect with those guys, and they're still out there if you want to buy from them. But anyways, like I said, bunch of stuff I got from them, probably a few different auctions, a little bit of a mixed bag, some Bronze Age stuff, some #1s, some obscure golden stuff I'd never heard of. So before we dive into the books, guys, if you're a fan of haul videos, please do me a favor, go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe, let me know what you think about these books. All right, let's jump into it. The first thing I got, really nice shape here. Copy of Conan #1. This is just a cool J. Scott Campbell cover I picked up for my personal collection. I think it was like $5, something like that. So happy to add that one to my J. Scott Campbell covers. Now these are reprints. I think this came as a set. We've got Spider-Girl #0 and Spider-Girl #1. Both again near mint shape. So this reprints the What If 105, which is the first appearance of Spider-Girl. These were relatively cheap. I think it was like $30. So I took a shot. Everything, you know, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse related has seemed to stay relatively hot, you know, for the past couple of years. As of the time I'm shooting this, the Across the Spider-Verse trailer has just dropped a few days ago. So all that stuff kind of gets back on the hot list again. So we'll see if that stuff does anything. Those are definitely just kind of speculation pickups. Like I said, they're reprints, so who knows what'll happen with them. All right, the next book, just a very cool Spidey book. I love to collect Spidey crossovers. Now this is this is a promo book from Sanger Harris, which I believe is a department store chain in the Dallas area from in like the 60s through the 80s. It's Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk and the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. So I had never seen this before. I thought it was a super cool book, probably VF range. So I won that for like $12, but that'll definitely go in my Spidey collection. I thought that was super cool. All right, this is another interesting book. I've seen some people show off books from this publisher before. This is The Hiding Place. So many of you have probably seen that book, Hansi, the Girl Who Loved the Swastika. This is by Spire Christian Comics. This is tells the tale of a girl, you know, during the Holocaust and her experience in concentration camps. I haven't actually read this one yet. I've read the Hansi book, and they're definitely, you know, they're interesting reads. Just kind of a interesting book. I thought was really neat. I hadn't come across it before, so this was cheap. I think I won it for like $7. So it's again from Spire Christian Comics, 1973. Cool book there. Next, we've got some Kirby, Simon and Kirby goodness here. I had not seen this before. This is from Harvey Comics. It is Blast Off, the Three Rocketeers. I think there were only two books. Maybe this is a one-shot. I can't remember. Again, it's Kirby and Simon from Harvey Comics, 1965. It's in rough shape, but it was like less than $10, so I couldn't pass that up. Next, we've got a copy of Boy Commandos #1. Again, Simon and Kirby. Now this, I think this was 2 issues in the 70s. This reprints the Kirby and Simon Golden Age title. So again, I think there was like 2 or 3 issues of this in the 70s here from DC Comics. So I didn't have it. So again, you know, mid-grade, it was like $6, so I wasn't leaving that behind. Next, we got a copy of a little bit of Marvel here. We got Rom the Space Knight #1. Nothing really, you know, going on with this book. I don't know that anything can with Rom. I don't know that Marvel has the rights to be able to do anything with Rom, but this was just a nice high-grade copy. So I'm sure I've got a couple of these, but it was like a $20 I think it went up to, and it was in near mint range, so I snatched that. Now this is a series I see a lot of people show off the Golden Age stuff of this title. I've never read it myself. So this is, again, from Harvey. It is The Spirit #1. I see there's some classic covers from the golden age of these series. I'm drawing a blank. Who published the original run, and then I think there was a second volume as well in the golden age. But this is from Harvey Comics, 1966. It's the first appearance of the Spirit in comics since 1954. So again, not the best of shape, mid-grade, but it was like $11, which I thought was a great price. So psyched to add that to the collection. All right, now we're getting into kind of some obscure golden age stuff, at least for me here. This next one, it's Tma Cop, #1. This is a Bob Powell cover. It's from Magazine Enterprises in 1954. Rough shape, probably good, very good range. It's got a couple chunks missing out of the spine and stuff, but it looks complete. A lot of creasing. So again, it's like, you know, $16, something like that. You know, I find a lot, I don't buy a lot on Whatnot. I've just bought from my local shops, and every time I'm on these auctions, everyone's targeting those hot books. Everyone's going after the Silver Age keys that are on spec lists. And anyone who puts up Golden Age stuff, I find you can get some great deals. At least, again, my limited experience on Whatnot. Most people seem to overlook this stuff, not know a lot about it, not want to jump into Golden Age. So, again, I knew nothing about that title, but I was happy to pick that up for whatever it was, $16. So I thought that was a great purchase. Got another one here I had not seen. This is The Double Life of Private Strong. This is issue #1. Again, rough shape, good range. It's got some tape on it over the staple, so I'm assuming the cover is completely detached. But again, looks complete. This one is from Archie Publications. It is from 1959. And again, this is Simon and Kirby. I think when I was looking this one up, it looks like Simon did most of the pencils and Kirby might have done some of the background work here. But again, another Golden Age #1 issue, rough shape, but for whatever it was, like $24, something like that. Can't pass that stuff up. Back to some more DC. This haul's a little DC heavy for me. I usually have mostly Marvel stuff, but they were putting out some interesting books, and again, there was a lot of low bids going on. So next one we got is a classic Wonder Woman cover, 205. This one will be going in my PC. You've got the Wonder Woman tied to a rocket here. Super cool stuff. Mid-grade copy. This one's the second appearance of Nubia as well. And again, that classic Wonder Woman bondage cover by Nick Cardy from 1973. Mid-grade, and I think I won it for like $18. And right behind it, they also put this one up. You've got Wonder Woman 204. Again, I believe this one is Nick Cardy. No, sorry, Don Heck on the cover, but this one is the first appearance in Nubia. Again, mid-grade copy, probably a little bit better than that 205, and this one was definitely more expensive, but I think I got a great price on it, at least at the time I got it. I don't know what it's doing now, but it was like $80 for that one, so I thought that was a good deal. All right, a couple more Golden Age books here. This was just a title I'd never seen. It is a Canadian comic, Atomic Comics #1. I think it was just this one issue. It's from a publisher called Daniels Publications in 1946. Again, Canadian book. I never seen it, so it's in rough shape. Again, all torn up on the spine. I'm sure the cover's detached, so I got it as a fair. But again, it was $50. So to me, you know, Golden Age #1 from the 40s, sci-fi cover. I was picking it up for $50 there. Couple more. This one is very cool. Pretty good shape too. El Bombo Comics. This is, again, a #1. Now, try to do a little bit of research on this. This is a Bernard Dibble cover from United Feature 1946. Again, really nice copy. I think that this character was featured in some other Golden Age books, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly some comic strips. I'm not 100% sure, but I had not seen it before. It was in pretty good shape for its age. Again, a 1946 book, probably in the mid-grade, in the fine range. That one was $62. So I thought that was super cool. And finally, we have got Pop Comics #1. This one is from RB, oh god, I'm going to butcher the name, Leffingwell & Co. from 1945. Again, really solid copy, VG fine range. This one was a little bit more. It was like $75, but I thought, again, very cool 1940s book. I don't typically do the funny books type of stuff, but I couldn't pass it up for less than $100 in the shape it was in, #1 issue. So I don't think it's the most popular title for the funny animal type of books, but still very cool book. Happy to grab that. And this one's in rough shape. Couldn't pass this up. I got a copy of this in a lot better shape, but I've been kind of leaning towards some of these books that I don't really think are, something I'm going to build a long-term kind of comic investment portfolio out of. I've been contemplating selling off my higher grade copies and just having lower grade copies for my PC books, just books that I want that I can actually look through. So I pick this up just as kind of a backup copy. We have got Marvel Premiere number 15. Really rough shape, of course. It's the first appearance of Iron Fist. This one's probably in the VG range, and the value stamp is clipped. So it was about $100, $125. So probably a little over market value. But, sometimes you get caught up bidding on that stuff. I'm sure you have all experienced that. So still happy to have this. I've got a really nice copy I picked up years ago, probably a 9 to a 9.4, that I have not got graded, and I've just been contemplating, even though the comic market is kind of trending down in the past year or so, it's still way up compared to a lot of these books I bought in 2015, 2016, 2017. So very tough to not kind of cash out on some of these books, but still happy to have a nice reader copy of this for the collection. All right, last two books, both super cool pickups. This is probably the one I'm the most excited about. It just kind of came up, was not on my radar, but it seemed relatively affordable. I'd say it's probably about, I probably paid about market value for this. It is Savage Sword of Conan, #1. This has got a cover from Boris Vallejo from 1974. It's mid-grade. I want it for like $45. I don't typically do the magazine stuff, but this is, I think it's the first time you see Red Sonja in that classic, chainmail bikini. What that isn't like that. And the artwork in here is phenomenal. It's all black and white, and it's got like multiple stories. You've got some John Buscema art in there. You've got Neil Adams. You've got Barry Windsor Smith. I think there's like 4 or 5 independent stories, if I'm not mistaken. Again, all the kind of pencils, no color, awesome artwork. This is phenomenal stuff. I've always loved the fantasy stuff, so super happy to have this. Would love to have it in higher grade. But just amazing artwork. So $45 I thought was a good deal. It's, again, mid-grade, probably fine range. All right, and the last big win, I couldn't believe I got this. This one is really, really beat to hell. Well, like I said, they were putting up, the obscure Golden Age stuff that they weren't going to get slabbed, giving people a shot to get some books into their collection that, they might not otherwise get. So this is just early Wonder Woman, which I do not have any Wonder Woman, older Wonder Woman stuff in my collection. But copy of Wonder Woman 15, super rough. You can see tears, some stains from tape that was on there. I don't believe this is a key at all. Just early Wonder Woman. I'm drawing a blank what the date is, but I'm assuming it is in the 40s. But this was less than $100, so I couldn't pass it up. There's like me and one other person bidding, I believe. You got a room full of like 40 people, and everyone's bidding up all the Silver Age keys, and no one was bidding on this. So any Golden Age stuff, less than $100, it's a complete book. Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, all that stuff. To me, that was a steal. So happy to add that into the collection. So that is it for the haul, guys. I'm going to be trying to put out a bunch more stuff before year end here, because I am way backlogged and I just want to get through all the remaining books I picked up for the year. But again, if you're a fan of haul videos, do me a favor, go down below, hit the like button, hit subscribe. See y'all soon.